All right, I'll chat with you guys while I get my protein shake going. I don't know why I got like this. I have the painting itch. I want to paint something so bad. And I want it to be color. I texted Andrew this morning. I was like, what if I painted the kids' bathroom a nice light yellow shade? And he was like, no. I feel like when we moved into this house, it was so dark. All the cabinets, everything was black. Everything was just dark. And so then it made us want to paint everything white. And then it became all white. And now I'm like, I need some more color in our house. I'm thinking of French blue color for the kitchen island, like a dusty blue. And then I would like to get a new runner that has more color in it, like burgundies or something else. We've been in this house now for almost 7 years, which is crazy. We were in our last house for just 4 years. And so with like the prices of homes right now and interest rates, it's crazy. So we are going to be staying here for longer than we thought. We originally were gonna find a house with more land, but it's just, this house is really great for us right now. Our backyard is enough space for us, and honestly, like having a ton of acreage is a lot of work that I don't necessarily know that we want to tackle right now. So we are good. We've got a little garden, we've got our pool now, so we are just very set. So because of that, there's a couple things in our house that we just like didn't really care about at the time. We're like, it's good enough, but now I'm like, let's change it. So that is the bathrooms. All of our bathrooms, except for our bathroom, has like the plexiglass showers, and I hate them so much. So we'll take those out and do floor to ceiling tile in the downstairs guest bathroom and the kids' bathroom. And then I would like to redo our shower because the tile is just kind of gross now. So that is the project. Those are the projects coming up. Basically retiling all of the bathrooms. I need to go water the garden in a bit. And then we are going to be prepping for the school year today. I posted a quick picture on Instagram saying that like most of our curriculum's in, and I got a lot of you guys saying like to show you what I do as far as prep goes. So I thought that'd be fun to kind of walk you through it while I just sift through all of our curriculum, and I can share with you all the curriculum that we are using for the girls for 4th grade. So if you have not seen, Owen is going to be doing like more of his little hybrid program this year. So I'm not going to be sharing his curriculum, but I will share the girls because I'm fully homeschooling them again this year. I don't know if I've shared this on YouTube yet, but this diffuser is the cutest thing ever. This is the glass tortoise, and I really love it. It also has a couple different light features. I mean, it's the same color, but you can make it brighter, so it's nice at nighttime to have. And now we put the glass part on very carefully. Great. Now you can turn it on. Yeah, smell it. Tell me if you like the smell you came up with.
It smells good.
Good? Let me smell. Oh yeah. Whoa, got a little close. Really good. Thanks. All right, so here's what I'm taking. So, well, I did an arm workout this morning, so I'm going to take my creatine gummies, and then I need a scoop of protein with some milk. And then I've been taking some liquid chlorophyll. This really helps a lot with my bloat, so I've been loving this. I also have a Mary Ruth's one as well. So I haven't tried that one yet, but we'll see how that one tastes. This one tastes pretty disgusting, but I'm using it because it makes me feel good. And then I have this in my water, some collagen, which is great for working out, but also good for my hair. I think I might be low in iron. I also just got done with my period, so I'm thinking maybe that's why too, and it's really hot outside. Maybe that's affecting my hair, I don't know. So I'm getting back to taking my liquid iron. I love this. I do just like a swig of this. And then this is my daily vitamin that I take, the morning liquid with hair growth. Oh, one other thing I want to share are these 2 new gummies that I've been taking. So we've got the Skin Restore along with, these are brand new, the Daily Hair Formula. And then my code for Mary Ruth's is MRO by Kendra. That'll get you 20% off of Amazon and 30% off of their website. Let's go through all this stuff. I'm gonna kind of sort things by subject, and then we can talk all about it. We are with a charter school, so this is all using our funds. So if you guys don't know about what a charter school is, like what they kind of do for you, essentially it's a way to get funding for all of your curriculum, but there are some things that you have to do. It's not like you just sign up and you get money for things. All of the stuff that you buy has to be approved. We have a charter teacher, so we meet with her, it's like every other month or so throughout the year. Sometimes we do Zoom calls, sometimes we do in person, and then every month you submit work samples to her. It's like a body of work that you submit for each child. And then also you do state testing through your charter school. So it depends on the age. When they're younger, it's twice a year. And then once they hit 3rd grade, you do another round of state testing, which all the public schools do as well. If you're homeschooling and really want no extra involvement and you want to do everything on your own, then you might not want to go through a charter school. But I like it for multiple reasons. I like having everything like accounted for through this state, and it just like keeps us on track with everything that we need to be doing. It helps with giving you all the state standards and with testing, and then obviously getting funding is so helpful because a lot of curriculum is quite expensive. Like the science that I got was like $350. So I would not be able to buy that on my own. So it's really nice to have that option. And then besides just buying curriculum, you can also use this for activities. So I use the funds for music lessons for the kids. You can use it for different activities. And then I use it for like school supplies. So this is actually the only like school supply I've purchased yet besides curriculum. I've got a bunch of pens. These are my favorite pens though. The G2 gel pens. They're very, very good. All right, so starting off with math, because that's kind of the most simplest curriculum. We are using Math with Confidence again. This is I'm trying to think what year. I think we started this in 1st grade for the girls. So we are now in 4th grade, and I absolutely love Math with Confidence. I recommend this to every homeschool family I know. So last year was the same. You have 2 student workbooks, part A and part B. But before that, you just have 1 student workbook. But as they get older, they have a couple extra worksheets to do. The Good and the Beautiful is very spiral based, meaning it touches on topics and moves on to another topic. But there's not really a ton of focus on one topic at a time. So what I've found using that curriculum is your child doesn't really grasp a concept for long enough to hold on to it. And then and once they do start to get it, you're moving on to something else. So it's like really quickly, it's a quick turnaround. It's pretty, but I think it's just kind of a lot of fluff and not enough practice. And then there's other math curriculums that are like a lot heavy on the practice. Math with Confidence is like a good blend of both because it's nice to look at, but you're getting enough practice for each new topic. But then with the review after each unit, you're also just always reviewing what you've learned. So I think it's a really good combination of both. So let me just show you as far as like what is in the instructor's guide. It's open and go, so you can literally just open it up. You don't need to prep. So it shows you what to say with your child. Lesson activities A. Okay, so this is going to correspond with the teacher's guide, activity A. So it says, in the last lesson, we reviewed multiplication. Today we will review multiples. An everyday conversation. Multiple is just blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this in bold is what you are reading out loud to your child. It lays it all out for you. And then whatever you're having your child do is in their workbook. As you move on, it'll now jump to activity B, and that will, again, go with the worksheet as well. Activity C, and then sometimes you have a game. And then down below, independent practice and review. So those are the worksheet pages that they get to work on by themselves. Math with Confidence, highly recommend. We have absolutely been loving that. Okay, the only other thing I got for math for the girls this year are these workbooks. It's 100 days of timed tests, multiplication problems, ages 7 through 9. Sorry, I just like drank my protein and I'm like, ooh, okay. So we've never done anything like this necessarily before. We've just done our curriculum, but this is, you know, like I could just time them and we could have just practice on putting a little bit of pressure on multiplication timetables. So we'll see how that goes, but I remember doing these as a kid. So I thought that'd be a good thing to add on to our math day. The other thing, those things, do you guys remember? They're like these little plastic things with yarn and you wrap, they're wraps, and you wrap up to do the multiplication tables. I got those along with this Lakeshore multiplication machine. So you push down each timetable and you can do it that way. So just like another little add-on thing that we can use. So that is everything for math. Okay, moving on to language arts. So we used Lightning Literature for last year, 3rd grade, and I really enjoyed it. Now, the critiques that I've heard about this curriculum is people want to use their own books for that, which is fair. And then some years, I feel like the chapter books are geared more towards boys. Some years are more geared towards girls. So last year, I felt like it was a little bit more geared towards girls. This year, I feel like the books are a little more like adventure-based. I'm gonna share those with you. And boy, do we have a lot this year to read through. So why I like this. One, at least for last year, it went through different chapter books. So each unit, you're covering a different chapter book. We read it out loud together. Sometimes I would have the girls read that. If I had to do something, they would go read on their own. Again, this is open and go, so you don't have to prep anything. It's just kind of like you can just read what it says. And I will say sometimes we will do more than just the day that it says. In the teacher's guide, it has week 1 at a glance. It shows you what book you're reading for the week, optional materials like optional books, and what grammar and mechanics you're talking about, and then what type of composition. So begin a historical short story. Then each page you have the day. So literature, it talks about what they're gonna read for the day, and then you have a couple questions that you can discuss with your child. It talks about the grammar you're gonna go over, anything you need to know, and then it has the answers in here as well. Let's just go through an example. So we are first reading a book called The Earth Dragon Awakes. So it has week 1. Read The Earth Dragon Awakes, pages 1 through 16. Answer comprehension questions, workbook, page 3. Complete grammar pages, page 4. So you have grammar. So comprehension is covered. Then you get grammar, which is covered. And then down here we have, right, the first part of a historical short story. Okay, yeah, so this is similar to last year's. However, I feel like this is a little bit more making the child be able to do this themselves. Like, I love having the student checklist. We did not have that last year. But you have, last year at least, we had a reading or a writing, a different type of writing prompt per unit. So we'd have a persuasion paper, an informative paper, a questionnaire, like different types of writing styles for each chapter book, which is super cool. Week 1, day 1. So here's your reading comprehension, and you've got your grammar. Here's what we're reading this year. We've got The Borrowers, Gone Fishing, Morning Girl, Nim's Island, The Family Under the Bridge, oops, this folded, The Earth Dragon Awakes, Love That Dog, Tuck Everlasting, The One and Only Ivan, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, and The Dreamer. For math and for language arts, there is zero prep work that needs to be done. All I do is I buy my curriculum, and then day one, we open our books and we're ready to start. Let's move on to handwriting. This is something we do every year. Now the girls have learned cursive, but I don't want them to just do cursive and not focus on their printing as well. So I kind of looked into a bunch of different things, and I don't actually love the cursive style Handwriting Without Tears uses. So I prefer A Reason For, I like theirs, and I like the Good and the Beautiful's handwriting also. But I found this, and it's called, on Amazon, the Print Handwriting Handbook for ages 8 to 12. And what I like about this is you get, I'll show you. Okay, so everything's a little bit smaller. So you're practicing uppercase and lowercase, but just a little smaller. Everything else is like quite large. So this is just going over your letters, kind of like perfecting your penmanship as far as printing goes. Then you've got just words, then it goes into numbers and like writing out numbers. And then the bulk of this book is all these random science facts. So you basically are copying a fact and then rewriting it down below. But I thought that the girls would really enjoy this because they love National Geographic, like fact books, or like those like weird but true books. So I thought this would be a really fun thing for them to do. Usually we do our handwriting in the mornings. So as I'm doing a read aloud, they will do a few pages of their handwriting. So we got that. And then I found this really cool book for cursive. So I love Brain Quest. They're actually all doing the summer Brain Quest right now, like kind of like a summer bridge. So this is called Learn to Write Cursive, ages 7 and up. And this just looks like a little bit more interactive than just a typical, they actually were like wanting to start this now, than a typical cursive book. So it goes by each letter, but with each letter, it's talking about a different state. So here we have Maine down here, and it's talking about Acadia National Park, little facts about Maine. And then, oh, it's not just about Maine, there's other things too. So it's kind of like geography mixed with cursive. So I just think this is pretty cool. You guys can see that. So yeah, it just goes through every letter, and then at the very end, what do we have? Little postcards, plates for states. So yeah, you're practicing your cursive, and the cursive is much smaller too. So I think this will be a really good practice for them. And then in the very back, you've got like really fun postcards that you can actually use, and all the state stickers. So really cool. I thought that'd be a really nice thing to have. So probably what we'll do is rotate each day. One day we'll do printing, one day we'll do cursive, so their hands aren't like completely tired. Moving on to science. So this is where we have a bunch of stuff for science. We used Bookshark last year, and I really liked it. I will say, okay, so this takes a little bit more prep, but not a ton. So what I've done so far, it comes just as blank paper. So you do need some 3-ring binders, and it comes with the weekly subject list. I would recommend putting this in the very front of your instructor's guide so that you can go over what you need to do every week. Another thing that I would suggest for homeschool is for each subject, I print out a yearly calendar like that has every month printed out for you. And then I go at the beginning of, which I should do soon, at the beginning of the year, I go through how many units they have in the curriculum and write them down at the beginning of each week so that you know kind of where the pace you need to go to be done at the end of the year. So sometimes, like if I don't do it every single week, I'll give us like a week off every month just to give us like a little cushion. if somebody's sick, if we're traveling. But it's a really nice way to have a guide to see if, okay, we're behind, we need to catch up a little bit, or we have some wiggle room right now. And it's helped tremendously as far as like keeping us on track. I've tried to do a homeschool planner and it does not work out for me. It's just too much. Like I'd rather just have, and I keep that calendar in the beginning of, I'll stick it right here in my teacher's guide. And then I can just glance every so often of where we're at and I can see, okay, we're on track. Okay, so for Bookshark, you have your instructor's guide, and it shows you what you're doing every week. It has it laid out. You have whatever books you're using for the week. These are all the books. Your activity sheet questions, which are actually great work samples for the charter school. And then it has your experiment. I will say it's kind of confusing sometimes. It shouldn't be as much this year since we've already done a year of it, but it took me some time to kind of get used to everything. And then you have the answers in here as well. So for the girls, I had to buy an extra set of activity sheets, obviously, for each of them. But in here, I put them all in a binder for them. So they have all their activity sheets which go with each lesson. So yeah, you've got those here. And then in this other tab, I put their experiments. So this, you have all of the worksheets that go with the experiments. Now, did we do all the experiments last year? We most definitely did not. There are a lot of experiments. I wish I knew this, but it comes with when you buy the curriculum, you get access to all these videos. There is a video that goes, sorry if you hear Legos, they're playing Legos upstairs. There is a video that goes with every single experiment, and the guy shows you what to do. I did not know about this in the beginning. So I have that now bookmarked to our computer, so I think the girls might be able to do it all on their own, which is really awesome. So, for example, experiment number 1, you get a list of all the materials you need, you get your key concepts, introduction, and then here's actually how the experiment works. On here, your takeaway, and then you can go further if you want. And then you have a worksheet that goes with it usually. Is this the worksheet? Yeah, experiment sheet. So it comes in here with the sheets. I, again, had to buy another experiment set. So, sorry, it's like a lot of papers. So these are the experiment paper packets right here. So the one that comes with is in that actual book, and then we have an extra one here. So each girl will have their own experiment sheets. Let me show you all the books that it comes with too. I will say the books are great. I really, really love the Usborne book that we got. I'm gonna show it to you because honestly, we liked this so much that we bought another one just so we would have it. The Usborne Children's Encyclopedia. Highly recommend this. It's so awesome. And you get this QR code that pulls up this website, and it has so many resources. So what we would do is we would use this kind of as like a guide, which was really awesome. So for example, this talks about our planet. When you go to this QR code, it pulls that website up, which we had bookmarked all the time. And so you can just see what page this is, and then it correlates with that. Once you pull that up, it has like 6 different YouTube videos or videos online that your kids can watch. So we loved watching those videos. And then sometimes they would have like a worksheet or something, or a game that would go along with it too. But it would just go through so many different topics. We had like geography, we had landforms, animals, the human body, plants, staying healthy. So now I'm really loving Usborne books. I just feel like they're really great for science. So I actually might buy a couple more just to have at home, but I'll show you what comes with the level E. So first, and I also love the DK book. So this is the DK First Human Body Encyclopedia. And this one is great too. It's just got a lot of good information. These DK books are so awesome. This could be another, I could get more of these too. An inventor book, have a coding book, another Usborne Encyclopedia of Planet Earth. Love these, so much information. Sometimes I'll randomly like have the girls do like a little paper on a topic, and so these encyclopedia books are good to have. This is on waves. This is another Usborne one on elementary science dictionary, a DK book on energy. And even if you need ideas, just go to the Bookshark website and it will show you all the different levels, and you can see what books come with them, and sometimes it's fun to just like buy a couple of those books. As for the Bookshark, it comes with this Discover and Do kit. This has all of your supplies for your experiments. Sometimes there are a few other things you need to buy, but usually they're things you have around the house, or like if it's like a food thing like that. So all of your little supplies are in there. Also in the curriculum teacher's guide, it'll show you what you need for the following week, so you can prep that out so you have everything you need. Did I do that last year? I did not. All right, last up for history, we are doing California history this year, which I'm really looking forward to. So my friend created this curriculum and I have recommended it to every single person I talk to. It's called Stories in History. I find that history is one of the subjects that people struggle with most for homeschool, like finding a good curriculum. We used Beautiful Feet for the first half of last year, and while I liked it, it was extremely read aloud heavy, and I was reading for a long time out loud. We just wanted something a little bit more activity based, and so same with my friend who made this. She used Beautiful Feet and liked the concept of it, but wanted more hands-on stuff for her kids. So she created this along with a bunch of other curriculums for history. So check out her site, see if it has like a grade that you need. I'm pretty sure she has almost every grade now. And she also gave me a coupon code for you guys to use. I feel like it's Kendra. Okay, so I'll walk you through this. Unit 1. California Geography and History Overview. It shows you the activities you will be doing. It also shows you all the standards. This is all standards aligned. Reading a map. It's all very pretty too, and just straightforward. Map of California, and these also work great for your work samples. California regions, coloring page. Let me go a little further. California Explorer profiles. So yeah, you get some word searches. There's some games in here too that you can make, coloring sheets, activities, and there's also QR codes for a bunch of videos that you can watch online. Another thing that I got, which I forgot to mention, are these daily word ladders. So it helps to build vocabulary, spelling. So here's what they look like. You start off with one word and they give you clues and you build upon that. So we got that too. We can just add throughout our day. Last thing I got, which I have not received the other one yet, so I need to double check that I placed 2 orders. I got these little California dailies, and so it has just like little facts of California. So I thought we could add that to our history. Some labels right now. I'll link this if you guys are interested in this label maker. I use it all the time. So I was just writing like their names on here, but you can't see them all. So I decided I would make some labels and put them at the bottom, which is easier. And then last year we put everything up here, but this year I'm gonna have everything right here so the girls can just grab it easy. All right, here's how we have it laid out. So up top, we've got stickers in our science kit. Here I have all of my teacher's guides. So this is my stuff for science, for math, for language arts. This is extra stuff of Owen's. This is all actually Owen's stuff that we just never have finished and that I still would like to keep in case we're going to use that to supplement this year. And then down on this level, I have all the girl stuff that they can grab. So the right side is all of Violet's, left side is June's. I've got their names on the stuff that they might need to be able to see it, to keep it handy. It makes it convenient. A couple whiteboards. So we've got their math books. This is like, we use this for scrapbooking for history sometimes. This is science, language arts. I gave them each a notebook for lightning literature for our writing. Last year we did it on just like these and it was a pain in the butt. They can never find them, so didn't work. So that'll be better. And then this section is all of our little workbooks. So California dailies, our word ladders, our handwriting, and little math timer. Actually, I'm gonna put the math one with the math. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but let's do that for now. So the subjects can kind of stay together, and then, yeah, I like that. And then this is gonna be left open for history. I'm not done yet. I'm just still working on making copies, and then once I get a binder, I can put that in there. So, and down below we got like random math things, manipulatives, and whatnot. And then over there, I need to organize those journals. And I did a little organizing here. So we've got our gel pens, colored pencils, and scissors. And then I gotta find a spot for our books, and I put those in there. Whew, okay, that was a lot. So that is everything that we are using this year. I think that covers everything. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you are homeschooling this year, I'm wishing you the best of luck. It's gonna be a great year. I'm excited for this year. We're gonna start in like 2 weeks for school. I think we're gonna start the last week of August. That is it for today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon. Bye.